In this video, I will be ranking all of the Sonic the Hedgehog items. Well, not all. The Sonic franchise has a plethora of items, so I'm just going to try to categorize them as mainline items instead of the mini spin-off items. Make sure to watch to the end, because the list gets crazier. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Coming in last in E tier is the Eggman mark. First quote-unquote introduced, more on that later, in Sonic 3, these monitors actually damaged the player. How fair. In Sonic 3, the monitors seem to be a bit inconsistent in their location. Attracting into D tier is a magnet. Not to be confused with the magnet shield, the magnet power-up is seldom in the Sonic franchise, only really appearing in spin-offs. Well, besides Sonic Superstars, of course. The magnet power-up works similarly to the magnet shield, except it lasts for a short time and doesn't apply the shield effect, so if you get hit, you lose all your hard-earned rings. In addition, the magnet doesn't really have any spunk, it's just a magnet. Skating up next is Sonic Skateboard. And yes, this is a real power-up. It first appears in Sonic Generations as a minor power-up during classic Sonic City Escape. With the skateboard, Sonic can only move forward as he's unable to do any other actions apart from jumping. This can also serve as a shield, since you will lose the board rather than your rings if you're stuck. Sonic Skateboard recently made a comeback in Sonic Frontiers. Healing into C tier is health packs from Sonic Adventure 2. When researching, it dawned on me that the Red Cross took action against misuse of the Red Cross on the health pack, which is why they had to alter the emblem in the 2012 remaster. Anyways, this item flourishes your health in mech shooting stages, but like Robotnik monitors, this item is fairly situational, earning it low C tier. Exploding next is the Bomb power-up. Originating from Sonic Adventure, this power-up destroys all badniks on screen. Honestly, this would be an easy B tier if it wasn't so damn situational. In most places that it's used in, it takes away the fun of using the homing attack. Next up is B tier. First off, we have Combine Ring, originating from Knuckles' Chaotix. This item will combine all the rings you've collected, so when you go to drop them, they all split into bigger portions instead of the usual 20-ring splatter. This removes the hassle of chasing your rings down. Originally, in Knuckles' Chaotix, your rings wouldn't split into 8. All your rings would turn into one big ring. Overall, this is one of the better items so far. Swapping into the next item on the list is Player Swap. Originating from Sonic 2, the Player Swap has been through significant changes over the years. Originally in Sonic 2, this swaps Player 1's and Player 2's positions, but when Sonicmania rolled around, this was altered to fit Encore mode's gameplay. Upon grabbing it, this item swaps your current character with one in your party. Speeding through the list is Power Sneakers. This is one of the classics and is one of the most consistent items. This simply increases Sonic's maximum speed. Not much else can be said about it, although it can feel slippery at times. But overall, this power-up is reliable and worthy of a B rank. Next up is the Shield. The Shield has been here since day one and is mostly outshined by its elemental counterparts. With the Shield, you can block an attack without losing rings, and that's it. It's a rather simple power-up, showing up from time to time. The Shield can be beneficial in certain situations, such as in Labyrinth Act 3, where there's a checkpoint that gives you a shield, but no rings when you spawn. This greatly simplifies the boss fight. Finally, the last item in B tier is the Mystery Monitor. Originating from Sonic 2, this monitor does exactly what the name implies. It gives you a random item of choice. This varies from game. In Sonic 2's case, you can receive baseline power-ups, or a new set of power-ups like Robotnik Mark. I'd rather take my chances somewhere else. Moving up to A tier, we have the Floating Item Box. Originally from Sonic Jam, these balloons were only utilized in mission mode. Sonic Adventure 2 elaborated on the idea that these may be used to distribute power-ups. This has an advantage over the Mystery Monitor due to its situational uses. My favorite usage of them has to be in Green Forest. Burning into the next spot is the Flame Shield. There are 3 elemental shields, and this one is the weakest in my opinion. The atmosphere element is its only redeeming quality. Sonic becomes impervious to anything related to fire, which is extremely beneficial. For example, it makes the boss in Marble Garden a hell of a lot easier. However, the shield's lack of consistency makes it rank lower than others. Swimming up the ranks is the Aqua Shield. Because of its effectiveness, I think this elemental shield comes in second place. Physically speaking, the Thunder and Flame shields vanish if you enter any water portions. Also, with this shield, you can breathe underwater indefinitely, making it useful for water levels. It also adds bounce to Sonic. Look at this bouncy boy. The lack of 3D water levels makes this shield rather inconsistent. Shocking the ranks is the Thunder Shield. The Thunder Shield is the best of the three shields, in part because of its consistency. In the classic Sonic games, the Thunder Shield gave Sonic a double jump, but modern renditions just attract rings. Similar to the Flame Shield, the surroundings can affect how well the shield works, such as immunity to electrification. The last item in A tier is the Ring Monitors / Capsules. These have been here since day one and are the most consistent Sonic item ever. These could differ from one game to the next, but they almost certainly contain 10 rings or more. Rings are a means of survival. Appearing in bulk are the main reason they get the top spot in A tier. First up, in S tier, is Invincibility. This is yet another classic item. Aside from collision, this provides complete protection against all badniks. Also, being a part of the more consistent items, this is also one of the strongest. So blast through those badniks. Coming up in first place is the 1-Up. Players get an extra life to work with, making this the best power-up in the entire Sonic franchise. Although lives are more necessary to beat the older Sonic games than the newer ones, my argument that they're the greatest item remains. Although there are alternative ways to obtain lives, this approach is more direct. Additionally, because 1-Ups are either concealed or in difficult to reach places, it rewards players for making clever maneuvers. Thanks for making it to the end. If you like this video, please subscribe as we are close to 600 subscribers.